Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Most of you know pollution is a major issue in the Philippines, especially of the waterways, the rivers, the creeks, the sea. The Philippines has recently undertaken some major projects to clean up and rehabilitate Manila Bay and many of the rivers that are so polluted in the Philippines, and I'm going to go over some of that with you. I've been living in Cebu City, and I have information about the three rivers in Cebu City, as well as later I will talk about the Manila Bay cleanup, the trash cleanup, and the cleanup of the bay itself, which is a multi-year project. These projects include a combination of cleaning up the areas, cleaning up the trash, and I'll show you some of that, educating the people and the companies that are doing a lot of the dumping of trash, enforcement of the laws and rules, and I'll talk a little more about that. Comes down to each barangay, village, enforcing their areas, might even include cameras along waterways, and infrastructure, probably the most difficult, putting in septic systems where there is little or no room for such systems. They're just going to have to figure out a way to do it in these densely populated areas. First, let's go to the Central Cebu City site Facebook page, actually. The Environmental and Natural Resources Office, Central. And I went looking yesterday, March 9th, I went looking for the Lahug River, and I couldn't find anybody who knew where it was. I asked a few taxi drivers and other people. I went to where I thought it might be, and couldn't find any cleanup. This was before I found this Facebook page. I did a search of maps and different sources, and couldn't find any information with maps showing where the Cebu or Lahug River was. So here we are at the Facebook page and the notice about the Guadalupe River cleanup, March 16th, 2019, and the list of stations. Cebu City Environment and Natural Resources, CCNRO, the Cebu City Environment and Natural Resources Office Facebook page. So you should go there to register if you're interested or for additional information on ongoing projects. Some of the pictures I've viewed on their Facebook page appeared to be duplicates from, for instance, the Lahug River and another river. So I'm not quite sure if the picture matches the actual station assembly area. So check that out. Anyway, Station 1, information there for people who are interested and know where these areas are. Station 2, and I'm not going to try to pronounce all these places, especially with all those A's and M's and R's and E's in it. But these rivers, they vary in size, of course, and Station 4 and the degree to which they're polluted. But two rivers have been declared dead in the Cebu City area. I think back in 2007, I read an article from 2007 that said they were stressed. They weren't dead yet. The big question is, why did it take so long to get to this point where they actually initiated the cleanup and the rehabilitation of these? And I don't know the answer to that. And Station 6, Station 7, Station 8, and there again the list of stations there. I would be interested to hear from anybody who was involved in any of these cleanup to see what they thought about it, and about the enforcement, about the ongoing education. There again, I wonder the logistics when you talk. Well, we're going to educate the people. We're going to enforce it. Well, you have to supply the infrastructure. How many people do you have that are actually going to go out and educate everybody in every barangay? Are the people going to get involved? I think it has to be a national. You've got to get the governments, the schools, the churches, everybody involved, the media involved in promoting the pride in your neighborhood. And here's some additional pictures and then information. The Lahoog River cleanup, which just got over on Saturday, this previous Saturday, and we'll just run through these pictures rather quickly. Station, just to look at the river areas, the different stations. This looks like it's a couple photos, one during cleanup and one as cleanup was finishing up there, perhaps. Station 2. Getting down in these areas, getting the trash out of those areas might be a trick. Places like this, somebody's going to have to haul that stuff out of there. Obviously, many truckloads, and there needs to be some. My understanding, there's going to be some of these houses that overlook the rivers are basically the toilet. That's your garbage dump out there into the river, and that's the only place that that's what they've been doing for years and years and years until the point where the rivers are now dead. Another bridge shows the trash there, and I've seen it when it rains hard and these things fill up, and you'll get just huge piles of trash piling up right next under the bridges. And Station 3. But some of these rivers are really, really narrow. People building their houses out into those areas. The overhangs, the pile up of trash. I see that often as I walk and I cross the bridges. Moving on to Manila Bay in the Philippines. Manila Bay has become a big trash dump as well. And finally, the government has set forth in progress a multi-year cleanup and reclamation project. It will include, has included many thousands of volunteers picking up trash along a big stretch of the area of Manila Bay, and also it will be several years of dredging operations, I understand. I've taken some video from the official DENR Facebook page about the cleanup there, showing the thousands of groups. They estimated over 5,000, many from the DENR and other groups, the military, the police, many other organizations were involved as well in a huge cleanup of the area. They've also bought a number of dredging boats to do dredging along the coastline. I think out about 100 meters, and I don't know how many kilometers long they're going to go around there. But anyway, it was a huge effort, and the trick is to keep it up, to rehabilitate that area. It's going to take years. There's a fellow called Gadget Addict who was down there during some of this, and he did a little bit of video about the cleanup while it was taking place as well. I understand that there's a number of other simultaneous cleanups taking place at other parks and areas around the Manila area, as well as other parts of the Philippines as well. Some of you living in different parts of the Philippines can enlighten us about that. Anyway, hopefully one day Manila Bay, a few years from now, will have the crystal blue waters like we see here, which I believe this was off of Siquijor Island, I believe. Getting rid of trash and recycling is a major issue around the world. I know that I think there's a barge full of trash that the Philippines sent back to Canada, either sent back or read not so long ago that Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, has agreed to accept it back. countries are shipping their trash all over the world. A lot of trash goes to China, and they have recently started restricting how much and the types of trash that they take. And they recycle as much as they can, turn into products, shipped back to the USA and around the world. But more and more, imagine you're on one of these islands. You're coming up with trash and more trash every day, every week. Well, you probably don't have a good place to put it over time. And so where are you going to ship that stuff to? Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like the video. Please share the video. Please subscribe. Safe travels to you all wherever you're at. And thank you very much for the different government agencies and the information they provided on their Facebook pages.